Yeah, sometimes the loans we take for survival become the trap and the nightmare. They actually break us. Today, behind the loan, we are going to look at a lady who lost the marriage because of borrowing. I am Mary, and welcome to Behind the Loan. With me, I have Counsel Anna. You're most welcome, Anna.
Thank you so much, Mary. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah.
So, this lady, unfortunately, her husband lost his job during COVID, and she had to fend for the family. The children were going to very expensive schools, international schools. After COVID, no job, life became hard. She decided to borrow. And one loan led to another. She went to the microfinance companies, money lenders, banks. Basically, she was on rampage because she wanted to sustain that lifestyle that they had before. Life became really hard for them. So she mortgaged family property, household items. So the house is mortgaged, the TVs, the radios, all this she did behind her husband's back. He didn't know. He sat back and relaxed, was very happy that the woman had chipped in and is trying to provide. Kumbe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a problem.
It is a big problem, big problem. And by the way, Mary, very many families are affected because of that.
Yeah.
Secrecy, borrowing loan in secret. Because look at this lady, her intention was very good, was very clear. She needed to come and support the husband. But now you see the issue is how she went about it. Because look, she mortgaged the matrimonial property. She mortgaged family.
And the husband didn't know.
The husband didn't know, yes, he didn't know. So now the money lenders come, and now the family is getting affected.
Yeah.
So family secrecy when it comes to borrowing loan, we should always be careful, because the repercussions are always big, and it's like you've said, it always leads into family breakdown.
Yeah.
So whether it's a man or a woman, I think it's very important that spouses and children, sometimes even children do this better. It's important that family members are honest and transparent when it comes to issues of loan. But also when it comes to issues of matrimonial property, I think the money lenders need to know that you cannot accept matrimonial property as collateral without the spousal consent.
Yeah.
You get
the Land Act is very clear.
The Land Act is very clear. That is very legal. So if that was done and the husband is not aware, then the money lender has done something that is not permissible within the law.
That is true. And money lenders, I think, they need to do due diligence.
Yes.
Imagine this lady moved from one person to another, and they would keep mortgaging. On this one money lender, she mortgages the chairs. In the other part, they would mortgage maybe a fridge. The other side, so she would just pick that money to sustain the family.
Yeah.
However, if a money lender is keen and carries out proper due diligence, they don't fall into that trap.
Exactly.
It's a huge risk on the part of the money lenders,
Yeah.
but it also an effect on the family.
Yes.
The family is broken.
Yes.
Family secrets are not good if you're married and you're running the family together.
Yeah.
Anna, the lady had good intentions.
Yeah.
She wanted the family to be happy. She wanted the children to,
That is
the
true.
husband. She probably wanted the husband to stay in almost the same position he was in. So she sacrificed to, what is the effect of having or giving out or mortgaging matrimonial property without spousal consent or the children involving them?
Yeah.
Basically, in law, what laws effect?
Yeah. So when it comes to matrimonial property, consent is mandatory. So any contract or any agreement, mortgage, deed, whatever it is, that any agreement that is entered into without the consent of the spouse, that agreement becomes void. It's unlawful. It cannot be enforced. So now this will affect mostly the money lenders, because remember, a mortgage is contracted to protect the interest of the money lenders. So now if that whole agreement is void, which means the money lender cannot enforce, they cannot recover back the loans that they borrowed out. So it is, and by the way, there is no way around it. The law says it is mandatory, it is compulsory under the Land Act.
Yeah, by the way, in the case of Alice O'Kirol, versus Global Capital. It's a 2012 case. Court held that mortgages without written spousal consent are void ab initio, and the lender can lose. Is likely to lose the principal plus interest and any other thing. So always ensure that you cross-check. Check that the person who is bringing the property actually is legally married. It should not just be cohabiting, because in Uganda we do not recognize cohabitees. The person should be married. So go an extra step, ask for a marriage certificate, ask for evidence that the person they are bringing for the consent is actually married. Otherwise, you could just be giving out your money for free. The court will not enforce that mortgage. Your last word.
So I think it's important that when it comes to matrimonial property, consent must be gotten. The moneylender should ensure that they get consent of the spouse, and then also the person borrowing the loan should ensure that they involve the spouse to avoid issues, marital issues, because Mary, you have seen sometimes circumstances where marriages break as a result of secrets and going behind the back of your spouse and all that. So we can avoid that by ensuring that there's transparency. And then I think also additionally it's important that as parties to an agreement, understand what you're signing. Understand what you're signing. Don't just be so excited because you've seen this amount of money and it's the only thing that you're interested in because of the need that you're having at the time, but you don't know what consequence or what you're getting yourself into. So it's important. Where you don't understand, you get a lawyer. There are so many lawyers who can peruse through these bulky documents that sometimes come in form of contracts, agreements. So it's very important to always ensure that.
So behind the loan, we always emphasize that anyone that wants to seize anybody's property, you must have a court order. Loans are meant to protect, not to destroy. Ensure that you follow the law and you will be protected. And behind the loan, we protect the community by enlightening you on the lending laws. We are sponsored by Bay Investments, a microfinance company located at Freedom City Mall. Like, subscribe, catch you next time.